So first things first, just before we get into the video, I gotta go ahead and clean this car up, and then yeah, so stay tuned. So now that the outside's washed, we gotta go ahead and clean up the inside a little bit, and then once the inside's clean, I'm gonna go ahead and start off the video with telling you guys exactly what's up with the car. Alright, so now that I finally have everything in order, car is cleaned, the interior is fine and clean. I thought this would be the most appropriate thing to do, given the fact that this is the car that I am speaking about. So let's get right into it. First things first, this car was built in the span of 10 years, so it's not like it's been built overnight. I did not spend all this money at once. So when you hear the final number, mind you, this is not including the car. When you hear the final number, don't get discouraged by it. This is doable. Anybody can do this. It just takes time, patience, and a lot of work. All these numbers I am giving you are numbers strictly based off of just what I paid, not based off of labor cost or any of that sort of deal. This is just solely what I paid, straight out of my own pocket, and I did all the work by myself, minus the interior. Actually, the interior I had a shop do it, which I'll explain later. So let's start talking about what was put in the car, and yeah. And another thing, one of the main reasons why I haven't had the 2J installed yet is because I'm broke. Lord, oh, Jesus, take the wheel. Mainly because I don't have the funds for it right now. Just the rear mount oil sump alone is anywhere between $250, which if I could find it, minty, and $650, brand new. If I could find a sump cheaper, I would go ahead and do that. But right now, man, I'm broke. Yeah. So without further ado, we're gonna go right down the list of what I paid for of all the material and all the parts, and let's see. So we're gonna start off with the first things first. I have suspension. Suspension alone was Megan Racing coilovers that costed about $800. Sponsored. The coilovers new were about like $1,200, give or take. So I saved a little bit on that. Wheels. All right, first things first, the wheels I went with were the Varstone. I don't know the exact model number. The fitment was 11.5 front, 10.5 rear, plus 22 offset all the way around. That costed me $1,500, including tires, brand new. Front bumper. The front bumper was an M3 rep front bumper. That costed me about $300 brand new. I bought a real M3 rear bumper, that costed about $600, give or take. That was used. Then I needed a rear bumper diffuser, which I purchased online, which cost $300 brand new. Other than that, we also put the front splitter, which is about $100, which is a CSL splitter that comes for the front bumper. Tail lights, I did the Eagle Eye rear tail lights, which are the real deal Eagle Eyes, not the reps or whatever. Real deal Eagle Eye tail lights cost me $250. Headlights. On the headlights alone, I had Angel Eyes, and those Angel Eyes were made by Umnitsa. If you guys don't know what that company is, it's a company that one of the original companies that made Angel Eyes for BMWs and other cars as well. The Angel Eyes costed me about $300 brand new. My roof spoiler. Now, here's where it gets kind of expensive. I could have saved a lot more money, but I chose to get these specific parts because I was very picky. The roof spoiler was a real AC Stitcher carbon fiber roof spoiler. It cost me about like $200, $250 shipped or whatever. I can't remember. Then we're going to get into the roof shark fin, which is just about $50. Now we're going to talk about right here that you see right in front of you. This piece right here, I did not do myself. I sent the car to an interior shop. It was called Bahama Upholsteries, right off of Bird Road in Miami, Florida. They hooked me up with a discount, but it was still kind of expensive. So anyways, the interior alone costed me about $3,200, and that's, everything. That's suede roof. You see the leather seats, leather door cards, the back where the speakers go, that's was redone. Suede, pillars. Obviously, I still never painted the rest of it. Shift boot. They redid some of my seats because they were like the seats. The material was destroyed or whatever. They hooked it up. So next up is exhaust. Exhaust was a custom made exhaust that I did myself, made with Magnaflow parts. The exhaust alone was a 2.5 inch. It cost me about $600, give or take. So we're gonna leave at $600 on the head. Stop Tech cross drilled and slotted rotors. That alone cost me another $600. My intake, just a regular intake, costed me $200. Mind you, people were saying, back and forth here and there, especially on my build video, that I did not put performance parts on the car. Why didn't I do it? This and that. I'm an idiot for, building a 323, blah, blah, blah. The only thing I have to say to that is go fly a kite. I really don't care about your opinion. My personal thing is I decided to build this car in my grandmother's name. So my grandma had passed away a long time ago, a few years back. And ever since then, this was the only car she actually liked. So when she passed, this car is literally what I have to remember her by. And I am not letting this car go for anything. So a bunch of comments about this or that, about, the car's not fast, I wasted my money, da da da. Like I said, it's a nice and windy day. Pick up a kite, fly it. I don't care. So we're getting into now, like I said, the performance parts, the things I actually did that I didn't show in the video. Like I said, the intake was $200. I had the Shark Injector tune. The Shark Injector tune costed me about $350. Headers, I got some eBay headers, were about $250. Let me see. And that's give or take about it so far. Now, next up, we have the fog lights, which were about $50. Side marker lights, which are the little side marker smoked lights that I have, those were about $60. Center caps and wheels, the BMW center caps that I had, those were about $60. My radio, double din radio, which was at the time the top, what you could buy is like the latest and greatest. It had the AHA radio, it was a Pioneer doubled in, had the navigation. I wanted all the bells and whistles, so I went ahead and bought that, and that's what I bought. That alone costed me $1,200. My interior trim, which is carbon fiber, but not real carbon fiber, was hydro dip carbon fiber, and it looks, you know, pretty good. I didn't want to spend an arm and a leg on the just, you know, carbon fiber interior trim, so I spent $300 instead rather than $1,000. So $300 for the hydro dipped interior trim. My SMG shift knob at the time, I bought it many years back where it was more expensive, but it was about, give or take, like $200. It was like $170. My LED interior lights were about $100. My rear camber arms were about $250. My paint and material, just the paints and material alone, was about $800 to $1,000. I'm just saying $800 because I'm shooting a low number, but it was about like $1,000 because the material I used. I didn't use cheap stuff. I wanted my Spice Hacker paint. I wanted the wet look. I wanted it to look better than factory. It's what I wanted. I wanted a win show, so that's what I paid for. Like I said, I do not care what you guys say about pricing, blah, blah, blah. Material costs what it is, and if you want good material, you pay for good material. You want cheap material, you pay for cheap material. So it was about $1,000. My CSL carbon fiber trunk was about $600, and my grills were about, I want to say like $80, give or take. So with all that said, the grand total of all this came out to be $13,260. Mind you, that was not all at once. That was here, there, this, that, the other. Things happened. I ended up fixing it, blah, blah, blah. Years passed. So the car alone was about $7,000. So, you know, you do the math. It's about 20 grand, give or take. Now, that's not including any of the 2J stuff. So 2J stuff alone, I haven't got that many parts yet and things like that. Mind you, like I said, man, I'm broke. Like I said, and so we have the motor mounts, the transmission mounts were about well, it's all that came in a kit. It was the motor mounts, transmission mount, intercooler piping kit, all that stuff was about like $930, give or take. We'll just say 900. Actually, we'll say 930. Forget it. All right. So now the 2J, the R154 igniter, the automatic ECU, wiring harness, all that stuff together was about $5,000 alone. So in just 2J parts alone, we got about $5,930. So that's just about it. That is everything. Like I said, don't get discouraged by the number. The number is just a number. That number is not all I put on at once. I did not purchase everything all at once, one shot. I'm sure I'm missing a bunch of stuff on this list, but I just wanted to show you just off the top of my head what I had. I literally came up with this list right before I started making this video, which was yesterday night or something like that. But like I said, don't get discouraged. Anybody could do this. You could do it. I did it. You know, you don't have to have $1 million budget to do it. You could eventually, if you do have it, you want to spend it. But point being is, you build your car based on the things you like, what you prefer, what you desire. If you desire speed, if you desire looks, if you desire looks and speed, if you desire drifting, this, that, the other, whatever you desire, you build your car to your specifications. You don't have to necessarily care what other people say, because it really doesn't matter. It's your car. Now, I review cars, I build cars, I do all this stuff because I like doing it, and that's what I like, and I do it to share it with you guys. That's one of my main focuses right now. That's not why I built this car. Like I said, I originally built this car on my grandma's behalf, but now I'm kind of building this car in my grandma's memory and for your enjoyment as well. So with that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope at least this was somewhat helpful in any way, shape, or form. I really miss this car so bad. I wish I could be driving it right now, but things happen, life happens, and that's about it. So with that being said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned to the channel. I can't stress enough that I really would like you guys to subscribe. that really helps me out. It helps me with the views. It helps me create enough revenue to keep purchasing parts for your enjoyment. Um, and that's about it. So, like I said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned to the channel. My name is Steve, and this is Drive Miami. Peace.